Welcome back to the Blox, the greatest show on entrepreneurship. What you'll see here is the largest live-in startup competition ever created.
I'm excited. I'm gamed.
I'm ready to get it started.
The entrepreneurs are from all walks of life, and they've been chosen from across the country to compete in an effort to crown themselves the best startup on the Blox.
Hi, I'm Amber Taggart.
I'm Lacey Fowler.
And we are the Organizer Chicks. We're professional organizers, and we help people to declutter and identify and then let go of excess. And we help them to create organization that's tailored to their physicality and personality. We help people to manage their time better and just to basically live a happier, healthier life. We shop together, and our kids are all very close in age, and so they're just the Care Bear cousins, and we spend a lot of time swimming at Grandma's pool together and just hanging out, going to parks and picnics and just having fun.
Well, what do we have here? Season 5 of the Blox, and you guys just keep getting better looking every single season. So congratulations for that. I want to be the first one to welcome you guys to Kansas City, one of the most important entrepreneurial cities in the entire world, partly because you guys are all here right now together. I also want to thank you for the courage that it takes to get on a plane or drive across the country and to come to a place like this where you don't know anybody to do something that, quite frankly, you didn't have as much details as you probably should have. And it takes a lot of courage just to step through that door. This entire game is run by our esteemed judges. Give it up for our judges. These are the judge, juries, and executioners of this entire game. We spend a lot of time finding y'all, and we spend just as much time finding these 6 and vetting these 6. And very proud of both sides of this, and when they start to work together and collaborate, it's a beautiful thing. And so for me, I get to be an onlooker of all this. And so I don't know if you guys know me a lot for two different reasons. One is I'm a television star. I've been on TV for close to 20 years. Through that experience that I kind of learned how to do some of this stuff, and it was my version of a day job as I launched my venture capital firm. If you know anything about that industry, you don't get paid for like 6 to 8 years. My version of awaiting tables was I was wrestling people and running marathons and eating pig slop in random third world countries all across the world. I would take that money home and I would invest it in Kansas City-based startups. And over time, after 6, 7 years, is when I thought I was going to start paying. Then a couple of years after that, around the 8th year, is when I started to receive some pretty healthy exits, which has made me one of the highest paid reality stars, if you want to look at it like that. But at this point, I'm now one of the best venture capitalists in the country. Every single day, I'm going to teach a multi-hour class. We are then going to break out into what we call pods. These pods are each going to be led by the 6 individuals behind me. The point of this week is to get a lot of repetitions in things other than just fundraising, and don't worry, we'll talk about fundraising too, so that way you get a lot of reps explaining what you do, understanding who you're talking to so you can get what we need with them. The highest rated person from each of the pods will recompete in front of everybody right here in front of all 6 judges on a slightly harder version of that day's topic and exercise. At the end of each day, we will indeed crown some sort of a winner for that day's topic. And then every day, we will repeat the same exact process. Your points will accumulate all week. There are going to be 3 different startups that are representing the runners-up. And then there are going to be 3 completely different startups that are representing the winners of the block. Those 6 people will be 100% determined by these 6 individuals throughout the entire week, in as quantitative and as cold of a game as I could possibly create. This game is very much so a great test of what I would consider to be entrepreneurial skills. Thinking on your feet, answering questions, working under pressure, all that kind of stuff. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is amazing. I cannot wait until you start. But until we do, I'm just gonna leave you with, bye!
I've been able to have this whole family while I've also grown this business, and it's been pretty amazing and very, very difficult, you know? But I also didn't want someone else to tell me what my top earning potential was. So anyway, that was the beginning of the Organizer Chick in 2011, singular. I was that chick, me and my label maker, you know? And yeah, exactly.
Class number 1 is about scaling the unscalable. In your all situation, you all are gonna talk to each other all week. You're gonna provide good advice. You're gonna buy each other's stuff. You're gonna leave here as friends and colleagues. Y'all are doing some of my job for me. This is the crowd doing the work. You will be giving a 3-minute presentation to your judge today on an aspirational technology stack about how you're going to scale your business. You're going to be showing us off 1 to 2 different tools in one of each of the following categories: lead capturing and nurturing, revenue capturing, customer organization, and social media.
I think it's important for them to realize that this is not a reflection on how successful their company will be. It's instead a reflection on how they took the information that was presented to them today and turning it into something that is beneficial to their company today.
At least in a few of them, we had some pretty good breakthroughs even on day 1. So I'm really excited to keep the conversations going with people and help them find more value.
Well. This was a really good first day. I saw a lot of great things. And then I saw some room for improvement, but it's day 1, and that's okay. With that being said, please welcome our judges. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to announce each one of the winners, one at a time from the judges. First up, we have Lily of the Light. I don't see. Next up, Clarity Counseling. Willow Tree Therapeutic Services, First Class Real Estate, Malden Cabinetry, The Neurodiverse Teacher.
Choosing the winners is really hard because you have so many different people that in various ways deserve to be in that spot.
All of us judges are a little bit nervous because we are seeing our candidates not performing as great as they did inside of the rooms, right?
I just felt like the points were kind of missed a little and people didn't fully get what tax stacking was.
I think it was made easier by the Blox to help you navigate on how many points, and this should be my winner.
First of all, congratulations everyone. You all did wonderful. With that said, in 6th place, we have Clarity Consulting.
In 5th place, we have Lily McNamara.
4th place, Jade Hall, Willow Tree.
3rd place today, First Class Real Estate.
2nd place is Malden Cabinetry.
In 1st place, the Neurodiverse Teacher.
Okay, so what's going to be happening is you 3, makes it nice and easy, are going to be wearing the red jerseys tomorrow. You guys can and should wear that as a source of pride, and you all should look at that as a source of a target. That said, bye!
I think competition going forward is going to be a lot tougher than the first day, because now everybody goes, okay, I got this now. I know what I need to do for my next step.
Today's class is called Copywriting Checklist, Strategy and Psychology.
Our entire job is to tell our story. We understand as small business people that you're actually buying me and her and us before you ever buy our service or product.
Are we ready for day 2's exercise? That's what I like to hear. As you can kind of imagine, I'm gonna want to hear about the checklist today. You will each be given 15 minutes and usage of your Blox books to put together your copywriting checklist. You will have 3 minutes to present it. The vast majority of the points in the rubrics will go towards your ability to do all the things in the checklist correctly. Some points are going to go towards a little bit of creative writing and some design. Guarantee you the person that wins your pod is going to do more than academically check off the boxes. The 15 minutes starts right now. Go.
I'm Amber Taggart. I am a professional organizer with a Master's of Science in Clinical Mental Health. And so it's kind of a weird thing to do for a living, but I really love it. Started a company called The Organizer Chick, singular, in 2011, and now it's The Organizer Chicks. And we have a flock of 17 chicks, and we help people to declutter, create organization, and manage their time.
Wonderful. How do you do that?
Oh, wow. Well, first of all, by having the most amazing people on staff of the company. That is what it's all about. Everything we do is about and with and for people. So we attract really wonderful people, and truthfully, I'm a very good organizer. I do a lot of public speaking, and I'm good at that. But the thing that I'm the very best at is recognizing awesomeness in people and attracting them to me and then keeping them around me. And so the way I do that is by building like a really awesome team, the vast majority of which has been with me for a really long time. And when you treat people well and you pay them great and you let them work according to the days and hours that work for their schedule so that they can be the mothers and the daughters and the volunteers they want to be, and you pay them well, they will be incredibly loyal to you. So
wonderful.
That's
amazing. From today's class, what was your weak point?
Honestly, there were several that stood out. I think, and I actually wrote some notes about this. There were some things I was like, I have to implement some things. One was certainly those clear call to actions. I think I realized in today's class that everything on our website was the way I think, which is very linear because I'm a boring organizer, right? I'm very organized in my thoughts, and so it's very tab oriented. We go here and then we go click this tab and we click this tab. But this idea of kind of oscillating through things, I think really speaks to the way that the average person kind of takes in information and shops around through information. And so that was something that really stuck out to me, that we need to do a better job of that for sure. And then another thing that really stuck out to me, and this was actually something I kind of wanted to ask your opinion about, is we do not really have our credibility displayed very well. And I've done some cool things. Like I've been published in Forbes and Today, and I've done a TEDx. So there are some labels that I get to use. But in this, I don't know if it's okay. Can I ask a question now? Is that okay? All right. The problem, if you Google, TED Talk, it's going to be Amber Taggart, not the Organizer Chicks. Can the company borrow? Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
can
absolutely.
I loan?
As you as a person were featured.
I
right?
owned the company. Yes, it was. Yeah.
So absolutely.
Okay.
And that has to be your first thing. Don't you see every single social media platform you open, and then the first thing says featured on Forbes, right?
Okay.
So that's something that you absolutely need to display. You should be very proud of it. It's a big deal. Go ahead. Whatever was the hardest for you when people ask you, like, oh, how do I answer this?
Yeah. Probably, maybe just who needs a professional organizer might be one of those that's like, actually let me change my mind.
No, tell me. Let me respond that question now.
The answer is probably everybody. Almost everybody, if it's the trunk of your car, if it's your calendar and your time management. The average American is wasting 17 minutes a day looking for things they've lost or misplaced. And that is on average, right? So that adds up to a full calendar year of life. of being frustrated running around looking for your keys, of yelling at your kids because someone can't find their left shoe. So through the magic of decluttering and organization, we can help you to avoid that and have more peace and productivity. So, I think everyone could use organization in some area of their life, for sure.
Wonderful. A hard question, very simple answer. Everybody. But the thing is, outside of the website, what else can you do?
So certainly word of mouth is amazing and wonderful. And certainly we are also on social media. We've never done any paid advertising on social media, but I'm starting to see how incredibly powerful that could be. Yesterday, our coach said, basically in the most loving and kind way, it's ridiculous that you don't have a YouTube channel, because every single day that we're working, we're creating a small television show. It's the whole story arc is there. There's a problem, there's a client who has clutter and is stressed out, and we're solving that problem. There's a before, there's an after. You need to have a YouTube channel. I'm recording a podcast already. Turn that camera on and record yourself talking. You're personable, and people would listen to that and watch it. So I think that's in the future. To answer your in the future question, I think that's going to be something we're going to also start doing. But we also have some vehicles that we've wrapped, and we have a car, a van, and an enclosed trailer, and they're polka dotted and they're yellow, and they say the organizer chicks, and they're like little celebrities. We get talked about. I cannot go get a sweet tea without somebody asking you hey, tell me about these chickens on the side of your car. They're so cute. So that's been these great little mobile ambassadors for us too. And other than that, it's really public speaking events and workshops and things like that that have been our good advertising pieces.
There was a lot of improvement today. You guys are getting it. And I like to see that. I would like to bring out our judges.
The vibe of the Blox off was tense.
Just putting myself in their shoes, being graded by judges they don't know and trying to understand course material right on the dot. I'm pretty sure they're stressed as hell.
People are tired, they're feeling the pressure. They didn't realize how physical this was gonna be.
Up first, Beto. Liberty Empowerment. Captain Young Travels. The Organizer Chicks. Starving Artist Courses. Date Night Decathlon. So what they're going to be doing tonight is they are indeed going to be going through their copywriting checklist, obviously, but we're going to be doing so in a different canvas than the website. They're going to be pitching us on how they're going to make an About Us video for their website or social or wherever. It doesn't matter where it sits. But we want to see the copywriting checklist infused into the video. What has happened with little time to prepare and the nerves as they get up here and they just recite the afternoon's presentation? That's not what we're looking for, because they've all proven that they can rifle off the checklist for our website, but can they pivot on a dime? That's going to be what we're kind of testing for.
It was honestly incredibly fun. I was born kind of missing that thing that says be afraid to speak in front of people. And so it was incredibly fun. I like a challenge, and this was a challenge. To start out, I'm going to show you in her home an overwhelmed, cluttered mom with kids and chaos going on all around her. She is going to declare the problem. She's going to say, I'm overwhelmed. I am stressed out by all this chaos, and I feel like a failure. I keep trying and not succeeding. I feel like I'm not a very good mom, and I cannot have a Pinterest pantry. I don't know what is wrong with me. The camera's gonna zoom back to me with my whole flock of chicks, all 17 of us working diligently to make her home better in the background. I'm gonna say the Organizer Chicks is going to help you shake a tail feather at stress and clutter and say hello to peace and productivity. Our flock is going to bring in non-judgmental help to help pair the correct products and services and to help you get educated on how to maintain the order and the chaos so that you can have peace and productivity for credit, the flock who's been working in the background, they're gonna turn around with signs showing all of our cred logos. So there's gonna be the TEDx logo because I've done a TED Talk. There's gonna be the Forbes logo, the Today logo, an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, the Torch Award logo. So the flock is gonna show you those logos in this video in a very visual way. Then they're gonna flip the sides around to show you our social proof. We had 25,000 downloads on our podcast last year. Over the course of the last 3 years, we've donated 80,000 pounds of stuff that people had hanging out at their houses. And then I'd like to pan over to another mom for some testimonial. This one, who's a lot more calm. She's a lot more happy. She's put together. She's a mom who's already worked with the Organizer Chicks in the past. And she's gonna come in and she's gonna share how her life is better now, how she has more time, how she is able to play with her kids a little bit more instead of yelling at them because they can't find their shoes now. So she's gonna be our live on-screen testimonial. As our call to action, I'm gonna say, because this is a video, click here, right? Click here today to have your best nest with the chicks at the Organizer Chicks. And if you're worried about a guarantee, don't worry. As always, there's no payment for our services until the job is done. So you get to make sure that you're feeling good and happy about what we've done, and then you get to pay for it once you're happy with the product. The ninth thing on our list here is, oh gosh, the average American wastes 17 minutes a day looking for items they've lost or misplaced, and that adds up to a year of your lifetime. And in a year, the average American is making about $54,000 a year. We cost way less than $54,000. Hire the Organizer Chicks. As the FAQs, who needs an organizer? Everybody.
I know. I was so afraid to get people to go, and they did it. I'm sweating so bad. Is everybody else? Yes. How was it, guys? So fun. I had fun. We did it! Yeah. We did it! So much fun. I did. I feel like it went by so fast, so I don't think I really London is nothing when we're up there.
I have to say, I'm incredibly proud of y'all. We have done this twice. And every single one of you would have won first place on both of those occasions.
Yeah, go team!
The bar was really, really low the first time.
So comparatively.
But the second time was a lot better, and you guys still would have won that. That was very impressive across the board. Thank you for leaning into the exercise, which really kind of showcased to everybody that the checklist works regardless of the modality, whenever you're telling stories. You guys did a very good job there. And you raised the bar from a performative angle, every single one of you, as in there was energy without it being obnoxious. And it was fun to watch.
The first person that came out, I literally looked at the judge next to me and I'm like, I don't know how we're gonna get better than that. And then the next one, it was like, oh my gosh, that's pretty doggone close. And then the next one, that may be better than the first one.
Everyone that came on brought a level of presence and dynamic energy that I hadn't seen from the night before, so it kind of threw me off guard a bit.
I feel everyone was so happy and genuinely impressed by the 6 winners. Their pitches were so good that I literally think that everybody was feeling like, I'm so grateful I did not win today because I could not stand there and compete.
Bring them back out. All right, without further ado, judges, what do you got?
6th place, we have Captain Young Travels.
And in 5th place, Date Night Decathlon.
In 4th place, we have Starving Artists Courses.
In 3rd place, we have Keelan, Liberty Empowerment.
In 2nd place, we have Katarina with Beto.
Beto, when you finished, I asked Bess if we can go home because I thought that was it. You crushed it. It was so good. Your energy, it's so addictive, and I want to spend some time with you.
Let's do it.
But then she took the stage. I want to start with saying that I'm a little bit sorry for my snap after all the pitches, but I had the assignment, and I would love actually the audience to help me. On a count of 3, we're gonna all say she understood the assignment. Okay? So 1, 2, 3.
She understood the assignment.
Organizer Chicks, winner of the second night. Everybody knew when she finished that that's it. If she didn't win, there will be something wrong there, right? Because we will be like, what are these judges doing then? Like, why did she not win?
We have a shake-up in the leaderboard, as in there are 5 people that are in 3rd place or better for the total accumulative leaderboard, and a prime testament to how important it is to knock out those seconds and those thirds and win those consults. So in no particular order, Lily of the Light, Date Night Decathlon, Malden Cabinetry, Starving Artist Courses, Willow Tree Therapeutic Services. Again, there was so much improvement today. You guys are understanding the assignment. And for that, I'm very proud and happy about all of it. I look forward to day number 3. It's gonna be a good one. With that said, I'm out. Bye!
I do feel like this competition is heating up. I feel like there are so many talented people who know their business very well, people who came here ready to learn, ready to implement those things.
It's really hard to say because I feel like everywhere I look, there's someone who is very entrepreneurial and really knows their stuff. So, and I think there are still people who we haven't even seen on the Blox Off stage yet, who are going to continue rising through the ranks and who are going to pop up today.
Day 3, you guys are gonna need to get your writing hands ready. You're going to fill out the following template. Your total answer should not be longer than 3 minutes. I am in a demand, fill in the blank, harvesting or creation situation. I know this because, fill in the blank. This means my priority for acquiring customers is, fill in the blank. I'm even going to experiment with, fill in the blank type of ads. This is what they'll look like and accomplish.
So since you have migrated to the Blox, how has that been going so far?
It's honestly been amazing. So as I said, I have education, but it's not an MBA.
Yeah.
And I have been very aware that I feel like I've had a decade in business now. And during this decade in business, I've also had 4 children. And so I have not been, full bore, nothing but business. I've been having babies, 4 of them. And so, truthfully, I feel like I've really done well in a decade plus. We're almost at 11 years. And so, to be honest with you, I think I've done a good job. But I know I haven't done the best that I could have done. And I just feel really confident in our brand. And I feel confident where we could go. And so I'm super excited to be here because I want to glean everything that I can from this experience, from you and the other amazing judges. Because I honestly think the sky's the limit for us and for what we could be. So
absolutely. Yeah. So let's get into some SEO talk today.
Yeah.
When it comes to SEO, how do you feel that you guys are doing right now?
Accidentally well.
I believe it.
And here's what I mean by that. Yeah. When we saw these slides today, we're one of those groups that we're popping up very high. in our search. So we're in Northwest Arkansas, over 250,000 people, so not a huge area, but several other individuals or companies that are doing professional organizing. But we're popping up really high, and I honestly wasn't sure what to blame that on, or what to point to. As it turns out, though, now I understand now. Thanks, Wes. Why that is. So we've got some non-reciprocal things. So I've been published in Forbes and in Today, and did a TED Talk and things like that. And so there's some stuff out there that's that one-directional stuff that is linking from some pretty big names, like Forbes is pretty legitimate.
Absolutely.
And it's coming directly to our website. And so that's one of those things that's certainly very helpful. Content being another one. We have a decent following on Instagram and on Facebook, and we have years at this point worth of followers, of before and after pictures of people interacting with us.
Right.
And we have a podcast that has a really pretty decent listenership, and we do have so we've had some things going out there, some of that kind of social proof, if you will. So I learned today that we accidentally did some things right. Not really knowing exactly what it was, but just honestly, just kind of, this is what I say all the time, like Amber Taggart tries. Yep, and that's absolutely. Like, I just try, I try to figure something out and do it. So I'm a doer.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
How did you fall into the TED Talk situation? That's phenomenal.
Yeah, so I love to talk, and I do a good bit of speaking, and part of kind of what we offer at the Organizer Chicks is offering workshops and things like that. And so through networking and through those connections, I was able to kind of leverage a connection with somebody who was looking to book a speaker in the humanitarian section for TED. And so someone else was willing to say my name in a room full of strangers is what it came down to.
And that shows that you're doing the things that you need to be doing. That's how you get in those rooms and how people are talking about you in those rooms,
And that's one of the reasons that situations like this can be really meaningful too. You never know who is going to be like a wonderful bridge. We're not selling to each other, but sometimes through each other, even like it's a bridge to another great opportunity.
My question would be this: Is your website have any weaknesses that you think right now?
Absolutely, it does.
Well, let's talk about
it. Yeah, for sure. I think our website is okay, and here's what I'll say for it. I don't want to talk too bad about it, right? Because man, it's been trying hard.
You've gotten pretty far with it.
It's been like my husband quit his job as a teacher when the pandemic started. What a blessing. And that has happened because of the Organizer Chicks. So I don't want to badmouth myself or my little cute website. And we've got some things going. We've got a lot of white space. We've got some icons in the pictures. We've got FAQs. We've got testimonies. So a lot of these elements are there. What I really noticed, two major things that stood out yesterday, is a lot of these credentials that we do have, they're hidden. You're not going to really prominently see. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Right. We've won the Torch Award for Ethics. You're not really going to see a lot of this. We've been ranked best of the best for however many years in a row. And I almost feel some sense of having a little bit of embarrassment about that, if that makes any sense. It almost feels prideful.
Well. Another day in the books for the Blox. Last night I said it was going to be bad. We reinforced that with extra directions. Y'all came through. Tonight's going to be extra bad, and I'm going to reinforce it with 0 extra directions. This is a completely different test than what you basically won today. So with that said, Mother Trucker Yoga, Tax Savvy Pros, Renew, Concierge Physical Therapy. I'm not happy about this. Niagara Falls Adventures. Atlas Demolition. Beto. Well, you guys made it through the bloodbath. Pretty good in the grand scheme of things. I'm very proud of this group. With that said, the judges have some news.
In 6th place, Atlas Demolition.
Woo!
In 5th place, Tax Savvy Pros.
In 4th place, Hope, with Mother Trucker.
In 3rd place, Beto.
for first, Nick Hurd, Niagara Falls.
So to people that are just like a little bit, I'm not really sure where I'm at, there's a lot of game left to play. It's okay. And so just keep trucking. Mother trucking, if you will. Bye. Today's class is called Branding and Storytelling for Startups. Each one of you guys, I'm seeing sometimes over and over and over again a disconnect between what's going on in your head and how the person is interpreting it. A really harsh thing to kind of say, but it's important for us to kind of be told this. It is our responsibility if they don't get it. In business, and especially in the stage that we're at, it's our fault, always. We need to do a better job of assessing the room. You're going to be given 15 minutes to fill out the idea introduction pattern by Oren Klaff for fill in the blank target customers who are dissatisfied with fill in the blank current offering in the market. My idea / product is fill in the blank new idea or product category that provides fill in the blank problem solution features. Unlike the fill in the blank competing product, my idea / product is fill in the blank describe key features. Your 15 minutes starts now.
We're going to provide real solutions to create peace and productivity that you deserve to have in your home and with your family.
This was a little bit harder in a sense just because the rules that they were given were really to follow the script, right? When honestly, to actually really stand out, they really had to do a little bit more. So it was a little bit harder to grade on this one.
Welcome back. We're on night 4, Blox off. Stuff is getting incredibly serious. The leaderboard is absolutely on fire, as is you. As is my beard. All right, with that said, enough of me. Let's bring out the judges. Four of the 6 people have never won before. Pubfluence. Behind the Scenes Agency. Little Maven Lemonade. ABN Circle. The Neurodiverse Teacher. Liberty Empowerment. All right, let's see how we did.
For number 6, we have Keelan with Liberty Empowerment.
Number 5, Sam Mars.
In 4th place, ABN Circle.
3rd place, Mariana Silva Buck, Little Maven Lemonade.
Okay. Now we have a tie for 1st place. Down to the half decimal again. However, the 2 new options are you each share the 2nd place points or you break the tie. All right. Behind the scenes. There is one more day. There's a lot to learn in one more day, and it feels like, oh, 1, but that's 20%. That's a lot. I want you to finish strong. You guys have done such an incredible job. This is very hard. This is very time-consuming. You're going to want to finish as hard as you possibly can and leave knowing that you left it all out on the field. I promise you. With that said, I'm out. Bye! Day 5, early stage fundraising and deal structure.
The biggest myth of early stage fundraising is that there is a whole host of people outside of your business 3 days a week that are waiting to write you a check with no strings attached.
The last one. This is going to be different than all of the other days. You don't need to know anything except what we're going to do is you're going to go one at a time, which means 100% of you are going to join me outside.
What milestones will that investment bring to you? And is it far enough along to get to the next stage of the financing type?
Well, I mean, I hope that it brings me personally to a point where I can step into a true CEO type role. I'm at a point where I do need to start to delegate a little bit more and to bring some other people up into management status.
So if I remember correctly, in your original comments, you were talking about the idea of replicating in other locations.
Right.
So talk to me
yeah.
about that.
So I feel like we've spent the last 10 plus years kind of building this thing. And during the last 10 years, I've also had 4 children. So I feel like I probably have not given 1,000% of myself to this. I've definitely been doing other things, but I'm proud of what we've done in 10 years. And I think that we've definitely developed some things that are absolutely working. We're solidly doing a very good job in our market. And so it just feels like it's time now to turn the attention toward another phase, and that feels like growth. And it feels like it's a smart time to start to replicate those things that we've got done into other markets. And I kind of feel like every place that's big enough to have a Molly Maid or something along those lines could potentially have a branch of the Organizer Chicks. And so I've been here to glean all week long and just to kind of take it all in, have a lot of education. None of it's an MBA. So I've been, it's a lot to take in, but it's been pretty great.
So I assume you started with your own money.
I did, yes. $24 label maker.
Well, there you
No
go.
overhead was required. Just a weird skill set, personality. And I actually went around my own house and took some pictures of my own spaces. And then I messed them up and took a picture of that just to have a before and after to be able to showcase like the visual difference that organization can make. And I put those before and after pictures on Craigslist. Because it was 2011 and Craigslist was free, and had no idea what to charge, didn't know what the market would bear, you know. And so it's really been this very, fun, wild ride of kind of trying to just put all the pieces together and figure it out.
So as it relates to going into new markets, I assume that there's going to be more cost than a label maker to get started.
So it seems,
Yeah.
yes.
And so you're going to have the upfront cost of the label maker plus some branded vehicles potentially,
right?
And other things, replicate a coupe somewhere else and all
Yep.
that. So how do we see that we would do that? Would we do that off the back of the existing operation with cash infusion? Would you look for investors? Would you look for people to partner with you in those areas and they take equity in the company in order to do it? What would you do?
Yeah. I'm drawn to the idea of not giving away equity if I don't have to. And I certainly wouldn't rule that out, but I'm kind of a try your best on your own kind of gal, So I'm certainly not opposed to the idea of taking on an investor. But I might even just try it on my own at first and see how that goes, because we have been able to operate with zero debt this whole time. So we do a lot of corporate relocation. So if you know much about NWA, you know that there are many Fortune 500 companies that have their offices there in that little corner of the world, and we contract with them. So when they move someone to that area, which is very regularly, of course, their boxes arrive on a Thursday afternoon, and my flock of chicks arrives Friday morning, and we unpack and organize their home. And so we have really solid relationships because we've now been doing this for years with a lot of companies. And so we would certainly want to leverage, those contacts and those relationships to say, hey, Cerner, hey, Hallmark, if we were looking at Kansas City, for instance, what if, could we try this program for you guys? We're delivering a client that is working for you that now feels stress-free. They can completely devote themselves to work because they're not stressed out about what's happening at home and can be fully productive from day one.
What do you do when that organizer puppy group comes
Yeah.
in and starts penetrating really all the Midwestern cities that you had on your list to get to in the next 15 years?
Right.
Do you let them go, or do you just change that mindset and decide, maybe I should be opening up 5 communities a year?
I don't want, and I won't let myself get so rushed to beat somebody else to the punch that I'll water down the quality of what we're doing. I will definitely, and I think this will come the more I open up and have some success with, okay, we opened one. Okay, whew, I learned some things there, right? We developed some practices. We developed a handbook. We really streamlined some processes. That's going to help us to more quickly turn around a second location, a third. And I feel like because we are very process driven, we'd probably catch on to that pretty quick. But I think I would err on the side of just doing it a little slower and really choosing the right people, because in our industry, that's what it's all about. I really don't care what someone has on their resume when they come to me, because I can teach you the skills all day long. I cannot teach you to be honest. I cannot teach you to be non-judgmental. I can't teach you to be a solidly good person. And at the end of the day, that's what makes the difference in who we are and what we do.
Well, the very last night, and oh, what a night it is. It's fundraising night. This was a pretty rough topic for some of y'all. I was very impressed and surprised with some of y'all, and then others that I expected to thrive. I heard bomb today. So there's that. So congratulations to both sides, whichever one you find yourself on. Without further ado, allow me to introduce the judges. Come on out. All right, up first, Orange Crate. Call Patty. Selfie Studio A. Renew. Willow Tree. The Organizer Chicks.
You want to win your pod every single day, but especially day 5. It was really fun to know this was our last shot to score that last day's worth of points. So winning the pod today felt like a really big deal. It was nice.
You are going to be giving us a 2-minute investment pitch. Each and every single person that is coming tonight is going to hear a different scenario that all 6 of the judges are going to be pretending to be. In that scenario, they're going to say who they are, what they are, risk appetite, that kind of thing. It's going to be very short. The 2-minute presentation has to convince them to try and invest, as well as, and more importantly, explain the deal structure that matches who they are, that kind of thing. And then after the 2 minutes, there's 3 minutes of follow-up questions.
I knew we were up for a doozy. I knew it was the final night. I knew it was about fundraising, and that's a little bit anxiety-inducing.
My name is Penny, and I'm your best friend. I'd like to support your startup, but I'm not all that rich. Is there any way for me to support you and maybe make a little bit of money in the process?
Hey, Penn. Listen, thanks for kind of doing this weird thing where we're going to step outside, not really of our friendship, but just step into this other world for half a second. And I never want to risk our friendship. I want to say that first and foremost. But I want you to know what I'm doing with the Organizer Chicks, and I want you to kind of catch the vision, because it is very important to me, if you're thinking about kind of coming along for this ride with me, that you get the vision, that we're on the same page, and that you're comfortable with where your money's going and with what we are going to be able to do together with that. Because I know that you've told me that you're good for about $20,000. And so if that's still an amount that you're comfortable with, I would love to borrow that $20,000 from you. And here's what I'd like to ask. I'd love it if we could do a payment cliff of 1 year with that, so that I could have about a year to get really established. And what I want to do with that is I want to replicate exactly what we have going on in Northwest Arkansas. We've been here going on 11 years now, and we figured something out that's really strong and really good, and we just want to duplicate those exact systems in other markets. And with your $20,000, we're going to be able to do that, and we're going to pay you back with interest. I'd like to talk in detail about what feels comfortable for you with that, and I think that we're going to be able to both get you some. Okay.
I love it. You know, I'm a huge fan of your business. How much?
Well, what do you think about an 8% loan? An 8%?
No.
No. Okay, what? Then this is your turn. I'd love to hear what feels good to you, Penny.
No, offer me something better.
Okay, how about 10%? 10%, and the knowledge that you're helping other women just like you.
Thank you. I'll take it.
You believe strongly that you can return the original $20,000 within 1 year. That's enough time for you to get started in Memphis, let's say.
Definitely do, based on how much we've been making year over year for nearly 11 years now.
Would you be interested in having an agreement whereby, if that's truly successful in year 1, that we're able to replicate that for 5 consecutive years?
I would.
At the same interest rate, or could we tie that to inflation?
I'd want to say let's stick to the same interest rate.
Amber, as you know, I'm not rich, but I am a good friend of yours and I want to see you win. But honestly, can you please fully disclose all of my risks that are involved with the $20,000?
Absolutely. So I want to always be a straight shooter with you because our relationship is really, really important to me. And the truth of the matter is, there is a chance you could lose it all, right? I mean, I guess there's a chance in that anytime you're investing in a person and in a business, but I would definitely I will put a vehicle on the line. I will not let you lose this money. All I know, and all any of us know when we do a Blox off, is how we did. I don't get to compare myself against anybody else. And that's difficult because at the end of the day, it's really all that matters is how did I do compared to the way that everybody else answered the questions. So it's really difficult to know how did I do, but I'm gonna sleep well tonight no matter how this all turns out because I feel like I did well.
Come on out. All right, without further ado, let's see how y'all did.
6th place tonight, Willow Tree Therapy. Good job.
5th place tonight, Patty Moreno.
In 4th place, we have Heather Chandler with Orange Cream.
3rd place, Andrea Yacham.
In 2nd place, Dr. Dave Renew.
And in 1st place, the organizer chicks.
We're done. There is no more testing. There is no more pitching. This week, as far as an academic situation, is over. The game is over. You cannot score any more points. Y'all should be incredibly proud of yourself. We saw very impressive things all week. In no particular order, these are the runners-up. Beto, Malden Cabinetry. The neurodiverse teacher. These are 3 champions, the winners of the Blox, the people that have gotten all the way to the top after a very long, trying week. Renew. The organizer chicks. Behind the scenes agency.
Holy cow. Just won the Blox. Feels amazing. I'll be honest,
I'm humbled, I'm gracious, I'm grateful. I did not think for a second I was going to win.
Being down the block, went
Look at this.
Season 5 winners.
Wow. No one even wearing the red jersey.
I've had the great pleasure to spend a considerable amount of time with all 3 of you outside of my cohort. And I've learned some things that I want to share with you. There are core values in becoming a successful entrepreneur: business acumen, intelligence, savviness, but most importantly, humility. The ability to know when to step down and take advice and to let other people speak and to listen. And the way that the 3 of you guys have approached me and expressed your needs, become vulnerable with your personal situations, and allow me to come in and share with you my experiences has really been a blessing to me to learn from as well. So thank you all.
Renew, you're extremely talented, so I absolutely have a faith in you and your business. You're very smart, so you're gonna do great. Go for that franchising we talked about. Good job, congratulations, I'm so proud of you.
You have an approach that is truly different. It's holistic. The things you practice are a lot of ancient almost techniques that people have just not used in a long time and aren't being taught anymore.
Girls, it's just it's so much of what I do, and it's so much of a branding there in your businesses that I'm absolutely in love with. When I just, your energy, your passion, your beauty, it's just so extraordinary.
I have a special place in my heart, and I've had convos with you and your partner quite a few times, and I said at some point you're either gonna have to do this to expand and keep doing it the way you're doing it, or you're gonna have to niche in like I did, and you guys are gonna go out, and I think that's awesome. Keep traveling to Africa, keep doing the things you're doing, keep shooting music videos for celebrities, and paving the way for women in the music industry. Please keep doing that.
I would riot if you were not standing here tonight. I am in love with you. It's been just great. Working with you was absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for making me so proud. If there's any way we can work, invest, anything, I want to do business with you.
I would invest in your dang business. It is so solid, it is so everything. You understand marketing, you've completely encompassed it from the outfit to the attitude to the everything in between. You are the full package. Great job, great job.
There were so many amazing, really smart, super talented, like awesome people and businesses out there. So to be able to have that little Blox trophy, it is seriously getting a very special place.
I have been obsessed with entrepreneurship in this county for a little over 30 years. And to have you all here going through this platform, working together, collaborating, bettering yourselves, transforming yourselves, and leaving as significantly better than when you came, the fact that you guys can make me feel like this, it's just so unfair, and I owe you all forever because of it. So, on behalf of our city, my wife and my family, and the Blox, thank you so much. We're out. Bye!
The organizer chicks.